Hello, my name is Trinity 87. I'm really excited because today I'm going to be reacting to the whole Sander Sides complete edition. But the thing is, I'm actually a Fander that's been a fan of Thomas Sander since like the Vine days. But I really wanted to go through the entire series from the view of an old Fander because recently he's been kind of teasing a new Sander Sides episode that's in like editing stage, and I really want to like break down the series as much as I can from the beginning. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing just the whole series. I'm gonna be going the first episode, which is My True Identity, 9 years ago. 9 years ago. Crazy. Let's just put it on.
YouTube time. Okay, you guys watch the title sequence and I will sleep in a couple more seconds. Snooze! What is up, everyone? Man, those extra seconds really worked magic. So being online as much as I am, I tend to overshare everything about myself. You may know of my love of theater, my enthusiasm for cartoons, and of course, my passion for pizza. But even though I talk about these things a lot, I get questions from people all the time asking very in-depth, thought-provoking questions about myself that are actually really difficult for me to answer accurately. Do I really know myself as well as I should? On top of that, I get messages from people who are also having trouble figuring themselves out.
This is throwing me back so hard. Oh my god. I haven't seen this in forever. I haven't done a full binge of like the whole series in forever. Seeing like such a different stage of the internet.
Personal identity is something I think everyone struggles with at one time or another. So I figure, why not go on this adventure together? I need to have a sit down with myself, figure myself out, and maybe come to a better understanding that we all could learn from. Let's do this! Hello there, class!
Oh my god. Go back.
Out, and maybe come to a better understanding that we all could learn from. Let's do this! Hello there, class!
Get a taste for this now, guys. This is the last time we will ever see Logan happy. Oh my god. Oh, look at that joyous face. We'll never see that again. Because on one hand, we know, I think he confirmed this on a live stream or something, that obviously Sander Sides wasn't meant to be a big a deal as it was. And Logan, this was all based off his Vines, characters from Vines. So obviously Logan was a whole different character, the teacher guy. So out of context, of like the series, it's funny seeing like the difference between the characters from his Vine days versus how they act now. But if you want to take it like at face value of like the series as a whole, this is actually really sad because we first see Logan so excited to talk to the YouTube community and all this, and then he slowly, episode by episode, suppresses more of his emotions. And that is wild because it's unintentional, obviously. I think it's pretty unintentional, but that's just how his character evolved in like character writing. But it's so sad seeing it like in real time of like, oh, suddenly now he's like depressed. My poor boy. It's so funny. Look at that joyous face. Oh no.
There is no class here. Yes, there is. Whatever. This is my intellectual side. Every fact I've ever learned. Believe it or not, I was quite the nerd in school. I'm pretty sure that's a surprise to no one. Greetings, wonderful citizens, and you nerds. Hi. This is my fanciful side. All my dreams, my hopes, and my creativity. Not to mention your love of Disney songs. Do you want to build a snowman? Nope, not right now. Why that song? What's going on, kiddos? And finally, this is my moral side, my sense of right and wrong that I've learned ever since I was a kid from my own parental units. I also represent your unabashed love of dad jokes. Dad jokes. Whoa, is there 4 people in here, or is it just me? Ah, I got it. That was a thinker. I like it. So what are we all doing here? Well, people know me from all the Vines that I make, but I don't think people really know me. Well, maybe they would if you'd post YouTube videos more often. Oh my, whoop, there it is. Okay, all right, that's fair. But I don't even know if I know me. There's some things that I think even I need to figure out about my own identity. Like, okay, relationships. Ah, romance. Yes, but where do I stand in those regards? I have a pretty ideal vision of love. There's someone out there for me, one true love. But you tend to overthink things, rule out possibilities with logic, dream up obstacles with each new connection you make, and that's when the anxiety kicks in. Maybe that's why I haven't found a person for me yet. But that's okay! The important thing to keep in mind is nobody's perfect. Everyone comes with their own flaws, including me. Yes, someone will accept us, flaws and all. Until that day, I shall learn to love myself.
And he still hasn't. That's the wildest thing. It's like, yes, every episode has been about self-love. When will character Thomas learn it? Who knows? It won't be today, but one day. One day, character Thomas. One day.
Yes, that's definitely important. Flaws and all. Speaking of which, are we bringing up flaws now? Because if so, get ready to take a lot of notes, okay? You ready? Here we go. You procrastinate a lot.
Logan pointed out the flaws in character Thomas. Hasn't changed.
You can be a bit selfish with your food and your other belongings. You're definitely not the most adventurous person. Okay, maybe this was a bad idea if I'm supposed to be learning to love myself. But remember, everyone has flaws. At the same time, focus on your good attributes. You value your relationships with your friends above all else. You believe there's good in everyone. And when you set your sights on doing something, you put all of your energy into it to make it the best it possibly can be. Well, that's very nice of you guys. Well, it's important to be nice to ourselves and cut ourselves some slack every once in a while. Wouldn't want to be our own villain, would we? Okay, true.
Wouldn't want to be our own villain, Roman says. Uh-oh. That's so bad. Well, I think he got over that arc a little bit with the introduction of Nico. Ooh, that really stings. That really stings. Because especially we know that Roman is dealing with a lot right now with him seeing himself as the villain and comparing himself to Remus. So he's like, wouldn't we be our own villain? Hint, he is.
What else do I need to figure out? Biggest fear? Spiders! Rejection! What exactly is at the bottom of the ocean? Nope, we are not talking about fears. I am well aware of those. I am talking about what I need to figure out about myself. Well, what do you wish to look for in a relationship? What are you hoping to gain from having another person in your life? I don't know. Someone who's a nice compliment to me. Someone who wants a long, stable relationship. Someone who indulges in the same sense of humor. And, someone who can binge watch cartoons with me. With everything you've learned, what do you wish to do with your education? Ooh, I am not sure. I'd love to figure out ways to help the environment. Science was always my strong point, and I love chemistry. What positive impacts do you inevitably hope to bring to this world? Wow, that was a surprisingly deep and poignant question. Hey, we have the same glasses. Yep, okay.
I love how Patton started off as like the comedy character, which makes sense. He's the pun guy, but it's like he's shifted so fast from being the comedy relief to being like the source of wisdom. And it makes sense. He's the moral character. He's morality. But it's funny because he starts off so comedic centric. All the characters do, obviously. That's their whole point. But Patton specifically is because it changed so much, especially when you think about, this is a great frame I stopped on, especially when you think of how much of an impact Patton's specific character moments impacted the fandom. Like, he is like beloved. He's so inspirational. He has so many like inspirational moments that really hold dear to the fandom. So many quotes, so many moments that are so nice and wisdom, that kind of sort of thing. So it's so funny seeing like they almost seem like parodies of the characters they are now, and it's so awesome. I especially love the change Logan and Patton have. You could see how far the characters have evolved, not just like in a in-universe setting, but like behind the scenes, how they write the characters, and that's so great. You could see the evolution, and that's something that I really admire after these 9 years.
Well, I think just being able to put out silly, light-hearted content into the world is kind of a good start. It makes me really happy to do that. Well, there you go, a good foundation. Yeah, true, these are good things to be in touch with. And I'm sure there are some of you out there who have other very different, maybe even more difficult questions about yourself, maybe about your gender or your sexuality. Yes, who may be your love? Or do you want love at all? What do you want your future to be? Or even what do you want to do tomorrow? And where do babies come from? You serious? Well, you're a father. I know it's got something to do with storks. But after that, okay, well, only he's confused about that. But yes, figuring out your own identity can take a long time. You may know yourself at an early age, or you may still be figuring yourself out well into adulthood. But there's no time limit for these questions. Getting to know yourself can be quite the awesome adventure, and hopefully it's an adventure that never ends. And no matter what, no one knows you better than yourself. Am I right, Tony? Not my name. Then what is it? Okay, that was a very enlightening...
That has some really good lines in this one. I love how, despite how much the series has evolved since the start 9 years ago, one of the big things that hasn't changed is the fact that this series was made to explore topics of mental health and discuss it with the audience. Like the face, talking straight to the camera, talking to us about these issues. It's more helpful than I think a lot of people realize, is to have that conversation face to face. Because if it was written like more like a actual like series, like, you know, the way they read the series where it's like the characters are interacting with each other and don't acknowledge the camera, it wouldn't have the same hit it does with Sander Sides. And I think that's a really important integral part to Sander Sides, is having that facing the camera, talking to the audience. Thomas especially acts, the way he acts, the way he portrays his characters, when they're talking straight to the camera, it's so much more genuine, and the impact is a lot more genuine in the way he portrays these characters, and the emotional moments and the messages hit so much better with this format, and I'm really glad he went with it. It's just his strong suit. It really is, and it's one of the best part of the series.
Experience, but I think that's enough for one night. It's a little weird to be talking to myself so much, right, Sacagawea?
I'm your pet hamster, and I'm pretty sure this is even weirder.
True. You're right. You're always right. I hope you guys enjoyed this little journey into my identity. Say goodbye, everyone. Class dismissed. Goodbye! Let me know when this gets put up on the YouTubes. Will do. And until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out! Say, you know what would be fun, fellas? If we did one of those 4-part harmony song videos like John Cozart or Tondra Cole. No. You know you would just end up embarrassing yourself. Well, I don't know about that. Hey, I am down to do that. Sign me up. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Second thought, it was a bad idea. Ah, okay. Well, you kiddos give your old dad a like and subscribe. That's right. I'm learning how to do promos. Got a couple more, you know, old tricks up my sleeve. I'm learning. Whew. You know what? That just tired me out. I'm gonna take a nap. Take a nap for about 2 hours.
Well, that's the first episode. Not even 6 minutes. That is wild. YouTube was such a different place back then with content, especially considering the fact that Thomas on Instagram on his story recently said that this upcoming Sander Sides episode is probably like the longest. I think he said it's like way longer than it was supposed to be. So like looking back at the first ever episode being like not even 6 minutes, that is wild. And honestly, it helps the series so much. I mean, you could say one thing or another about how longer form content really changes YouTube, and sometimes it's negative, but for Sander Side specifically, it really needs those longer episodes. It really helps out the pacing. You get all your comedic moments, you get your pacing right. That's something that really helps Sander Sides, although it does take longer to make, obviously, but it's worth it. It's worth the wait. It's always worth the wait for me. I can't wait. But honestly, that I'm just gonna end the video here, because that's the first episode, and we're gonna see how people like this. I am a Fander, as I mentioned, and I kind of want to get through the whole series before the next episode comes out, but he's still in editing, so I'm not. If it happens before, if it happens after, who knows? But I'm gonna get through as many as I can, and then react to the newest episode. it's gonna be really interesting, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun discussing the in-depths, especially of Logan. I love Logan. He's one of my favorite characters, so it's gonna be really interesting. um, the biggest thing that I need to bring up is that I might mention my own sides. I have my own sides, a lot of them actually, a lot more than how many Sanders sides? I think it's like 5 or 6. I have like double that, maybe triple. So if I bring them up, I'm sorry. I'll try not to yap about it. I'll try to keep my discussion specifically on Sanders sides. I want to bring up theories, the uh, fandom culture, how it shifted, because it shifted a lot since these 9 years. And I'm really excited to go really in depth once we start hitting those really substance filled episodes. Because while these first episodes are really good, I love them, they're very funny, they mean a lot to me. They don't have that emotional impact until later, in which Thomas started to actually write the emotional moments into it because he realized, oh yeah, let's get a little bit more into it. Let's bring in the angst, and it works. So if I get sad, ignore me. But that's where I'm gonna leave it today. Uh, maybe I'll record the second one, but it'll be a separate video, just so I could have that time to discuss it fully. Thank you so much for watching. Uh, in the comments, go ahead and let's discuss like different theories and your favorite moments. And I'd love to just talk one-on-one with people. I love Sander sides. 9 years, 9 years of all this. It's so much fun, and I'm really excited to see what more the series has to offer. And I'm really excited to go through the whole series and discuss it. But that's where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, or don't. Bye.